All right, everyone, we have returned. It's time to do a little countdown thing. I love the second section, Act 2 on our show because we do fun stuff and do what we want to do, man. And so this time around, we're doing a countdown. We're going to do our favorite super suits.
Where's my super suit?
Where's my super suit?
Every time I hear the word super suit, that's what I think.
Super
Can't.
suit.
It's just in my brain like that.
Frozone. So there's so many super suits. There's movie super suits. There's cartoon super suits. There are comic super suits, and we all have our favorite. Or maybe some of us don't care, but I'm glad we did this because it's interesting.
I limited mine to movies.
I limited mine to nothing. They're all.
I'm sad because I would have answered differently for some of these because
branched out a little bit of
because I do have definitely favorites from comic books for sure.
Yeah.
And then television, of course.
Yeah.
But mine are movies, and that's what I'm going to do because it's too late to change it now, baby.
Okay, so we're just gonna go through. We're gonna, and we'll put everything up so you can take a look and see, if you agree or disagree. So Tifobot number 5. I got an echo machine, but I ain't want to use it.
Okay. I am gonna say I did have one television one on here, and I wasn't gonna let myself say it, but since I can now, I'm gonna say it. But Adam West as Batman.
Holy shit! Of course, you would say something goofy like that. The worst super.
Here's the thing: the reason is because that's definitely my first interaction with a superhero of any kind.
Yeah.
It's also when you watched it, it is ridiculous, but at the time that I watched it, I wasn't like, this is so goofy. I was a kid and I thought it was really fun. And now that I'm an adult, I'm like, this is campy and great. It's fantastic. Look at that silly little hat. And also shout out to the red telephone because I think that was enough to birth a generation of people who are obsessed with the phone, even though that is not the reason. Yeah. I'm obsessed with the phone.
Yeah, I don't know how I felt about that suit, even as a kid. I knew it wasn't right. And I knew
you're like, this isn't correct.
even as a kid,
this isn't right.
And the muscles never, because we did have.
Yeah, he was just he was just in a, I don't even know what kind of material that is.
We had a Batman on cartoons and stuff that was built a little bit more broader than he was.
Sure.
And so it was always a little weird, but, it's cool. I'm not mad at that. There's first really live action, not first, because they definitely had Superman that was in black and white and all that stuff, even an earlier Batman. But I'm not mad at that. Number 5 for you. Okay. Number 5 for me. I know it's played. We've seen it a lot of times, but the black suit, non-Venom, Spider-Man suit that came along in the 90s in the comic books blew everybody away. He had the little white puffs on his, with the webs came out on his fist. He had it was just different. Spider-Man always looked, for damn near 30 years the same. And then all of a sudden he was like this black ninja just through the city. And it was just dope, and it blew me away. And it was around the time of Secret Wars, and it was just dope. And it was like, this is dope. But then they did Venom, and then it's so common when you see it now. It's no big deal, but it still remains to be one of my favorites, man. Just it looked good.
I would assume that at one point in time, big costume changes were not as common as they are now.
Oh hell no!
So it's not just the costume itself which you enjoy, but that first or maybe early feeling of holy shit.
Well, you got to,
you know what I mean?
It's all marketing. That's all it was. And it's just like that dummy who's turned Twitter to X. You got the most recognized brand on the planet, and you decide to do some stupid shit, and it's not working. Nobody gives a shit, But it was almost like that back in the day. They changed the suit, but they changed it to something dope. But then they end up changing it back anyway, But still.
Yeah.
I liked it. I figured what he would do was change his suit at night to be more stealthy, but then I was like, it's nighttime. He's going with a black suit.
He's a night spider now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So
shit.
anyway, I love
Okay.
the black suit Spider-Man. So there you go.
I'm excited to hear your list. This is very
Mhm.
exciting. Okay, so for me, number 4
Number 4.
is Thomas Jane as the Punisher. And this is a very understated, it's not really, it's a costume of
Yeah.
sorts.
Damn.
But
I'm trying to even remember what it looked like.
it's literally just the shirt
Hmm.
and like a black trench coat.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
think like black jeans and boots. So it's like a very understated, which he's been in the comics more like that at times. But I just like that portrayal of this guy who's just like, I don't really care.
I don't know if that was the feel for me, man. I think that was like I really need a super suit. I need, that's what it
I
felt like
don't know.
to me.
I don't think it was. I think he wears the coat because it can conceal
I think he like spray
the
painted
weapons.
the shirt.
Yeah, he
like,
might have done
this
that.
brown
Yeah,
and black shirt. Puts a
yeah.
stencil on the shirt and like
You could have bought that at Walmart.
he could have.
You know,
Like, I'm gonna use
but
black spray paint to irritate my skin.
I like it just because it is kind of just like nothing like
Yeah.
you would have if you were just some dude. I mean, he's not just some dude in the realm of that, but
Yeah.
of that universe. But I just really like that movie too. I think they do a good job of making something somewhat believable out of that.
Just like anything with Thomas Jane.
It is impossible for me to answer the question: do I like this outfit or do I like Thomas Jane in this outfit?
Right. That's what I'm sitting here like. Mm-hmm.
So rude.
So, my number 4, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of goes with your little motif that you just set up right there. Sam Wilson had the most stupidest ass superhero super suit in the history of comics. He almost looked like a 70s pimp, with a tiara and just so chumpy. And I hated Sam Wilson as best friend. Always hated him, man. So it was really hard when it was talked about bringing him to the big screen at first,
Mm-hmm.
because it was just like, he looks like a bitch, just hated it, man. Him and Power Man, with these cuffs on and his tiara. Why do people think that black people in the 70s and 80s would like tiaras? There were no dudes running around the hood with tiaras on, What the hell? Anyway, the Ultimate Marvel universe was introduced, and they brought in Sam Wilson, and he was in the army. They based Sam Wilson in the Marvel universe on that Sam Wilson. And when he first came out, he had on army fatigues. That's it. He had on army boots, straight fatigues, and the wings and guns, and it was dope. And they kind of did that in the comic books. They took this punk ass character that, good character, but just looking like a piece of shit. I hated his look. And then they made it modern and dope and more realistic. And it was like, yes, now Sam Wilson is dope. And even in the Marvel universe, he's dope. And now he's Captain America. And, it got a little color to it, but they still didn't, only thing I really don't like is that shit around his head, take that shit off. Let the man, we don't
Maybe they will.
Yeah, we don't need no cowl, so take that shit off. So Sam Wilson and his army fatigues, that's how he looked in the Ultimate universe. Most of everything in Ultimate was like real. Like Captain America's like uniform was like more like the World War II was just a dark blue army fatigues with a star on it. So I like that realism they did, that people wasn't running around in costumes more than they were running around with uniforms, which I kind of appreciate more. I hate like in Super, they be like, "Where's your costume?" I'm like, "Isn't it a uniform?" Let's try to make it like a costume, like it's Halloweeny.
Yeah.
So Sam Wilson in his army fatigues. Number 3 for you.
Number 3. So my number 3 is Black Panther.
From the movie.
Yes, and this isn't
Which one?
the first movie.
With the stiff helmet.
Yeah, I like it. I like it looks like a cool. I also have kind of this obsession. Okay, this is off topic a little bit, but there is a anime that I really like called Durarara. And there's a character in it that wears like kind of a cat helmet
Okay.
because she has no head. She's a demon without a head anyway. So, but that it was kind of reminiscent of that in some way because she wears like skin tight black and then this cat helmet. And also just I do enjoy anytime that you take like it's got kitty cat elements. Do you know what I mean? But it's not like, but you don't look at it and go, that looks ridiculous. You look at it and go, yeah, meow. That would be really great if he never, like, if he didn't, say it. Well, he's pretty quiet, but like, just be like, meow.
Being one of the few black heroes on the screen, no.
There's been, in the comic books representation, I think there's been a few jokes about meow.
Really?
Obviously. Yeah. But like, because I think there's one, I have a comic with Scotty Young is one of my favorite comic book artists, and I have a Black Panther #1 that he drew.
Okay.
Like an alternative cover for where Black Panther is like he's famous for drawing them as like they look like little cartoony more than their actual self, and it's him as a cat playing with a ball of yarn, and it's adorable.
I understand.
But I think that honestly that costume in that movie
it was
goes dope. So yeah, it looked so good, and it looked like I like a costume that looks exactly like the person that like that you could perform those actions in that costume.
Yeah, I understand.
And I think they did a great job.
Yeah. Hey,
Thank you.
They did a great job. Yes, they did. Up until they got to that last fight.
I felt like I'd given like a speech, like a TED talk about the costume, anywhere from the cat references to.
Okay, my number 3 is a hero that a lot of people probably won't recognize, but it's the Blue Marvel. It's Marvel's Blue Marvel. This is a character that he's like Omega level, man. He's a older black gentleman, and he got this white cape, and they took the cape off him. Now he got like a little jacket on, but he's like in his 60s. He's brilliant, like real Reed Richards, and he has this almost damn near omnipotent power, man. He's just dope, and they got the light blue, the dark blue like lines all in his suit. I got it on the screen so people can see.
Oh, okay. I was like, I can't see it, but
it looks dope. Dope. And then like he got the old 60-year-old, like salt and pepper looking on it. So he was wise and shit, and they didn't make him like an asshole. Thank you, Marvel, for recognizing that black people smart too. So they made him a genius and stuff like that, and and then made him old, and I'm not meaning like older, how many 60-year-old heroes they got out there, and I'm like, hey, that's dope. And he like in shape, he looked good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
it's weird that there isn't more like older superheroes because even if you were like 50% as like if Superman got old and he was 50% as powerful as he would still be like 100% more powerful than everybody else.
Well, the thing with Superman is the older he get, the more sun he absorbs, so the more powerful he get, so.
Yeah, so I'm not sure why there's not more
his
older
old
ones.
ass being Batman, so,
Batman!
Indeed. So, there we go. Blue Marvel is dope, and I love his suit. He got a dope super suit. So Blue Marvel. So number 2, Tev.
Okay, my number 2 is, and this isn't a superhero necessarily, but I'm letting it go. Okay. So
let's see if I'll let it go. Go ahead.
It's Catwoman in Batman Returns, Michelle Pfeiffer.
That's fine.
Yeah, because the Batman villains, the female Batman villains, are some of my favorite characters in comic books.
She's kind of hero and a hero, though.
Yeah. So she kind of goes back and forth, obviously. Yep. And then I think the only one I love more than her is Poison Ivy. But not her outfit in the movie.
In the movies?
No, just generally as a character. I love Poison Ivy.
I'm surprised you don't watch Harley Quinn on HBO Max because there's a lot of Poison Ivy in there.
You are not the only person who has told me that I should watch this. Sean also thinks I should watch this. But that outfit, I remember, I think, when I was a kid, I obviously realized now that there's bondage elements to this outfit.
Oh, shit. She's the
No, duh.
And she might as well have a ball in her mouth.
So I didn't know that at the time, obviously. I just thought, that looks cool. Like I want to be a cat.
It was cool. I don't know how I felt about the heavy stitching in it.
I liked that. Like that was maybe something that I was particularly drawn to. I just loved the whole
I
look.
know that's how people felt, but as for me, those close-ups with it was always like I don't know, man. But for the time, it was. I mean, it was perfect.
I
it was
think
better than Eartha Kitt and Kelly Newmar and all them people.
Julie
Newmar, right?
But I love Eartha Kitt, so great. So the other thing I was going to talk about in this, have you seen that footage of Michelle Pfeiffer knocking? When she cracks the whip and knocks the 3 mannequins' heads off, and then cracks the whip.
Yeah,
she did that all in one take. It's pretty amazing to see it. Even the people who were watching were shocked. It was great. So I'll send it to you. Maybe I'll post it on our Instagram and stuff.
She got some practice in there.
It was really cool.
My number 2. Superman, Christopher Reeves with the red draws.
I knew this would make an appearance. How could it not?
100%, man.
Put those panties on.
I love them, man. Draws are
put them on the outside of the tights. Put them on the outside. Put them on the outside, and then go outside.
Then you got the gold belt to hold the draws up. I love it, man. Got to go.
I like the belt to hold on to this skin tight outfit.
Talk about being confident in your manhood. He went out there like, look, ladies, look, everybody. And he did his
Look, everybody.
He did his super thing to goodness gracious.
Here's the thing. I knew that this whole conversation was going to happen, and I still love it. I was just like, I can't wait until he talks about those drawers.
Super draw.
I can't wait until that happens.
Hey, and I'm sorry,
holy
man,
shit,
it's ridiculous, but even with all the new Superman and the Bat and the Supergirl, all that shit, and they took the draws off, it looks weird, man, without having that breakup.
It does kind of look like there's something they need to figure out how to do it without, because I do think that the underoos situation is kind of a little bit like outdated and bizarre, but like
it just
there needs to be a breakage.
It don't look right.
Color blocking.
It looks like a piece. It look like Gumby. That's what it looks like. Just like
just doesn't look flapping like around.
Yeah, we need to have them draws on, man. I love the draws. I love it.
Isolated, that it does sound very pervy, but it's just wholesome, everybody.
I love it.
It's wholesome.
I love it.
Anyway.
So your number 1
my number 1 is the Crow.
The Crow?
Yeah.
Is he a superhero?
I think yes.
Okay.
I think we put it in a non-conventional superhero class.
Okay, the Crow. I wasn't expecting that one.
Yeah, I love the Crow.
He looked just like the dude from that rock group. What was the name of that rock group? Tell me how.
The Cure?
The Cure. And Edward Scissorhands. They mixed all 3 of them together, and that's what they got.
Yeah, I just like the Crow, and I think the look is perfect for the whole, it's got the whole town and the aesthetic of the movie. It fits that as a character that's coming out of the darkness. And
we love that movie.
Oh, yeah, so good. So I think that a lot of the things on my list point to a disturbing
Nope. You threw Adam
similarity.
You threw Adam
West. Oh yeah, there we go. It's all dark leather and shit, and then Adam West.
It's true. You get there. That's right. That's right. So
disturbing.
I think what made the Crow was, it was obviously cool, especially for the 90s and shit, with all that grunge and shit. It was perfect, like his look and the things he did, but the bad guys, Tintin and his crew,
yeah,
those bad.
Drinking the bullets.
Damn, they were so entertaining, man. I did not want them to die. I was like, more of this. You could just show me a whole couple movies with these idiots just running around being idiots. Yeah, yeah, I know. So, man,
it's gonna be October soon.
It will
crack that DVD out.
I don't know if we did the Crow on the show before. I don't know if we did.
Oh, maybe we should do that this year.
Yeah, I never did it. I don't think we did it. My number 1 is the comic accurate Batman with the draws, with the gold belt, with the blue cowl. but not the campy one. When you know the
Yeah.
serious one, man. Holy shit! You talk about a sweet look, man. I mean, that blue shimmering and stuff. When you got the long
Yeah.
cape, you know, draped over half of them and stuff, and the utility belt is like it's so big he holds it like this. You know, his hand is just super wide like a claw. You know, because it's you know, and then he got the drawers on. You know, and his package sitting there. You know, like look. I'm confident, boys. You know?
Boys.
I mean, wow. It's dope. It's dope. And that would look silly without the draws too, because I think you know even like all the Batman who have pretty much come to the you know the theater, it's not as bad as Superman because they're allowed to do it. They do a little bit more with the you know with the grays and stuff,
Sure.
and the blacks and stuff, but. Like I thought the Tim Burton suit really missed something, you know, with all that. It was just like a black popsicle, you know, the whole thing, and I never really got into it.
Something
you know?
about it I liked, and I think that's because I was really young.
Yeah.
Really young.
Yeah.
But I mean that movie, the both of them.
I really like Ben Affleck's Batman and Superman v Batman, you know, with the gray
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
sure.
I like that too. But something about that blue, that super dark blue with that gold belt and them draws, man. You got the draws. You know?
I mean, I've heard this so many times just over the course of our friendship, but especially today, and it's funny every time.
I'm sorry, because
the drawers.
it's real. I'm not making this shit up. I'm not.
I know that there are probably times that you go about your daily life and you're just like,
Draws in there. So we both got Batman on the list. Let's see.
We did, yeah.
So you went with Adam West and Thomas Jane Punisher, Black Panther, Catwoman from 1989, Batman, and The Crow. I went with Spider-Man, Black Suit Spider-Man, Sam Wilson, but the ultimate Sam Wilson, Blue Marvel, Superman with the super draws, Christopher Reeves, and Batman from the comic books, Blue Cow and draws. So
perfect.
Indeed.
I think that these lists were very representative of each of us.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everybody.
Indeed. So we're gonna.
I had them written. Official news.
Well, I have mine on the screen over here next to me. People always say, well, those of you who's watching on YouTube, I'm always looking to the side. I got a screen right here. I'm always like,
right. If I might have to look at my phone for the Wikipedia because like I can't do it on the computer because then I'm like, so.
Saying that, we're going to take our final break. It's time to talk some Blue Beetle, man. It's time to talk some Blue Beetle. So we're going to take a break and we're going to be right back.